Hi, I'm Aaron, and this is my evolution. I'm just going to give you a story about how God changed my life from living for myself to where He's brought me to now. Grew up in a Christian household, and I went to a Christian school. I went to children's church every Sunday, and as I grew older, I started to realize that there was a world out there that lived differently than the way that I had been living. Started hanging around some kids that were rebellious, and I thought they looked like they were having fun, so I decided that I would start hanging around them and start dabbling with some alcohol and marijuana. Kind of felt like I was being cool when I was doing it, and that, you know, people liked me more. I was taking a step out, and I was taking a step in the wrong direction. I ended up going out to the bridge, which was pretty much the place where all the bad kids hung out. They went out to the bridge, sat there and smoked pot and cigarettes and drank, or pretty much dealt drugs. So I did whatever I could to impress them. And the more I felt like I drank, the more I felt I was accepted. In one aspect, I liked it because I was getting acknowledgement, and I felt that it was giving me popularity. But on the other hand, I was also ashamed of myself and embarrassed at what I had really become. It was up to me to decide how long it was going to take for me to start obeying and opening my eyes to say, okay, God, I see where this is going and see where this is heading. But I decided that I wasn't ready for that yet. My senior year, I got my first arrest for underage drinking. It wasn't a month later, and I was arrested again for underage drinking and possession of marijuana. And I went through a probation period with that, and I lost my license for 6 months for that, and had to go through my senior year of having my mom drop me off to high school every morning. But that still wasn't enough for me to change my life. I continued to keep going. A couple years later, I got a drunk driving, and I thought I was going to be done after that. I said, you know, I'm going to quit living this lifestyle. But I didn't want to give up the friends that I had, so I continued to keep hanging around with those same people, and, you know, it didn't last long. And I was, you know, having a beer or two again, and eventually right back to where I was. I got my second drunk driving, and the consequences became severe suddenly. I was sitting there in the jail cell by myself, locked in a square box. You know, it makes you do a lot of thinking. So it was at that point I connected with God and said, God, I submit my life to you, and I surrender my life, and I no longer want to live this lifestyle anymore. You know, I want you to take control of my life and bring me to where you want me to be. And it didn't happen overnight. It's a process that's still going on. God's still changing my life, but I believe it was all worth it now. You know, I can look back and say, okay, this is what I needed to go through in order to get me where I am today. I started going to the group called Impact, and it's been an awesome thing for me. I met a whole bunch of people that love God, and people that are encouraging and supportive, and it's just been great for me to, you know, see that there's other people out there that go through the same struggles I go through, and that we can talk and, you know, build great friendships. friends I have now actually care about me. They want to know what's going on in my life. They're supportive, and they help me be accountable for the things that I do. And it's just great to go out and have fun with them and fellowship. And one of the biggest things that I've realized is that I don't need alcohol to have fun. That I can just go out with friends and just enjoy life. When I walk over that bridge now, I can look back at my past and say, look at where God's brought me from. Now the direction that God's put me in, and the path that I'm heading down, is just an awesome transformation.